From the Chudley Cannons to the Holyhead Harpies to a slew of international teams spread across the globe, Quidditch is the pinnacle game of the Potterverse. So today we're talking about some of the players of this great game with our top 10 Harry Potter Quidditch players list. For the purpose of this list, we're excluding players on the Hogwarts Heads Quidditch teams, with the exception of if they went on to play professionally, of course, and we're focusing strictly on the professional league. So with that in mind, let's jump right in. And at number 10 is Oliver Wood. When we're first introduced to Quidditch in the Philosopher's Stone, Harry meets Gryffindor team captain Oliver Wood, who was a beloved and talented player for the team, and rightfully so, he was damn good. After graduating, Wood joined Puddlemere United as part of their reserves, which just so happens to be the team that is Albus Dumbledore's favorite, and the oldest team in the league, founded in 1163. Up next at number 9 is BELVIS BIRCH. BIRCH was the captain of the Tutshill Tornadoes during their streak of being at the top of the league. You know, the team that Cho Chang supported and Ron looked down upon because people only became their fans when they started to win. Anyway, that winning streak came to an end in 1999 when the team played against the Ballycastle Bats, and Birch has blamed keeper Merwin Finnick for the loss, because Finwick suffered from narcolepsy. Maybe Quidditch wasn't the best choice of a profession. And at number 8 is ALASDAIR MADDOCK. MADDOCK was a chaser for the Montrose Magpies. As some of you might know, the Magpies are the most successful team in Quidditch League history, having won the Cup 32 times and the European Cup twice. MADDOCK was rumored to be the chaser who made seeker Lennox Campbell infamous when he kicked a snitch at Lennox, who failed to catch it. MADDOCK has a tendency to use techniques inspired by Muggle sports, specifically football, or soccer to us North Americans, and had tried Muggle moves in at least 2 matches, one of which included trying to dribble the quaffle like a basketball. He was then fired from the team by manager Cormac McLeod, after attempting to play golf in the summer of 1999. And at number 7 is Ludo Bagman. Bagman originally played for the Woodenborn Wasps. He also played on the English national Quidditch team, and he helped organize the Quidditch World Cup of 1994, which he was largely criticized for being reckless concerning the security of the event. Eventually he went on to become the head of the Department of Magical Games and Sports, but his ministry career came to an abrupt end when he went on the run from goblins, who he had lost several bets to. He had a history playing dirty when it came to gambling, and had previously been on trial after the First Wizarding War, after an accusation that he had given information about the ministry to the Death Eater Augustus Rookwood. And at number 6 is WILDA GRIFFITHS. WILDA is a chaser for Puddlemere United, but prior to that she was a Holyhead Harpies player. Now enter the controversy. She left the team, which was apparently a sore spot for the Harpies, especially to a certain team captain who we'll be touching on later in our list. The departure was such a point of contention that when the Harpies and Puddlemere faced off against each other for the first time since her switch, the game turned into a riot, and Griffiths, well, she mysteriously disappeared. And at number 5 is Dangerous Day Llewellyn. Dangerous was a well-deserved nickname for this player. A famous player for the Caerphilly Catapults, Day was known for taking risks during matches, and for being quite reckless. His biography was even titled He Flew Like a Madman. It gained him a lot of popularity though, and when he died by being eaten by a chimera on vacation in Greece, a national day of mourning was announced for Welsh wizards and witches. His memory was also honored by the creation of a commemorative medal, and St. Mungo's also named the series Spites Wards after him. Another Griffiths on our list, and at number 4 is GLYNNIS Griffiths. A seeker for the Holyhead Harpies, Griffiths caught the snitch during the infamous 7-day match between the Harpies and the Heidelberg Harriers in 1953. While she doesn't make an appearance in the main series, GLYNNIS is mentioned in the Quidditch Through the Ages book, along with many of the other players on our list. And at number 3 is RODERICK PLUMPTON. Plumpton was the seeker for the Tutshill Tornadoes in the early 1990s. He's responsible for a little move he created called the Plumpton Pass, which first occurred in 1921, a move in which the seeker casually swoops the snitch up in their sleeve. But it only counts if the snitch actually touches the seeker or is grabbed by the seeker. This also won him and the Tornadoes the record for the fastest win ever, with Plumpton catching the snitch in 3.5 seconds. Roderick led the team to 5 consecutive League Cups afterwards and played as the seeker for the English national Quidditch team 22 times. And he was more than just a Quidditch player. He was also an accomplished artist, having painted the witch and wizard couple that hangs in Hogwarts close to the ground floor landing of the Grand Staircase. And at our number 2 spot is VIKTOR KRUM. We're first introduced to VIKTOR KRUM during the 1994 Quidditch World Cup, where he played for the underdog Bulgarian national team as their seeker, a position he acquired when he was only 18 while still attending the Drumstang Institute. He helped get the team to the finals, where they played the Irish, who technically won the match despite KRUM catching the snitch at the end of the match on his own terms. He was also the Drumstang champion during the Triwizard Tournament. He continued onwards with his career as a Quidditch player, retiring after Bulgaria's defeat in the 2002 World Cup, but then famously coming out of retirement to compete in 2014, saying that he wanted, I quote, to win the World Cup before I die, which inevitably led led him and the Bulgarians to win the cup against Brazil that year. And finally, in our number 1 spot is GWENOG Jones. A Hogwarts alumni, GWENOG has been described as brilliant but dangerous. The beater for the only all-female team in the league, the Holyhead Harpies, GWENOG was the captain of the team and eventually went on to manage the team once she had retired from playing. A bit of a hothead, it was rumored that those who had disagreed with her had a nasty habit of turning into woodlice. She was also famously quoted for saying that witches made for better Quidditch players than wizards. There we have it, guys. Who's your favorite player? Give us a shout in those comments below and let us know. And if you dug this video, want to see more like it, make sure you hit those like and subscribe buttons too. But for now, I'm Kelly Pally for Top 10 Nerd, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.